scratch and hair trigger. He's 8 months old. And, you know, a lot of times if you get a dog that's bred right, you can get them to be aggressive or you can get them to be friendly. It's how you mold them. The thing is, the dog has to have the drive, the confidence, the nerves, the health, athleticism, and whatnot. And he's turning this dog into a pretty serious dog. And like I said, he's only 8 months old. Go ahead and turn him on. Walk away because he's pretty hot. Sit. Back up. So I don't even have to do nothing. If he's turned on, he'll go. Alright, that's enough. Two pups are out of Boomer and Pumpkin. They're actually about 4 months old and doing excellent. They're both males. They have excellent nerves, which means they don't get nervous about situations like strange noises or strange environment. No concerns, as you can see. So that's just at this point a waste of time. So we can focus now, instead of that, we can focus on their grip work. Now there are some people out there that don't understand what bite work is. They think bite work is synonymous with protection work. It's not. It's not synonymous at all. Now a mother, cheetah, leopard, lion, wolf, fox, coyote, whatever it is, they will oftentimes give their young wounded or weak prey so that pup or cub can learn how to bite properly before it encounters a more worthy adversary. Now, there's some people say you don't need to teach a dog to bite because it has a mouth, it has teeth, it knows how to bite. It will eventually learn, but you can accelerate the learning process and make that bite better and make them perform at their apex. And this is why mothers and packs give pups wounded or weak prey items. It's for them to develop that skill before their life depends on it. Now somebody, I mentioned this to them before, and they're like, well, my cat goes out and kills mice and I never taught it how to do that. You're right, yeah, you're right. But your cat also comes home and eats dinner out of a bowl every day, so it's not surviving on it. And if it did survive on it, a mouse is obviously easier to kill than a rabbit, which is easier to kill than a fox. You know, a bobcat probably kills a fox, right? So it has to develop the proper techniques before its life depends on it. If that cat of yours has an unsuccessful hunt, it still has a bowl of food at home and it's got time to learn. But in nature, animals don't do that. And so we should modify, you know, animals have to learn quickly and effectively. And as a trainer, we can be negligent and stick our head in the sand and say, well, the dog will learn it. Or we can be wise enough to model ethology. And in ethology, we know that behaviors increase or decrease based on if they're effective or not. And so a dog will learn how to bite properly in time, but we can also show them how to bite. And instead of me talking to you to explain this, I should have been paying attention to them so I could develop their bite. You notice right now, his bite is in the front of his mouth. Some protection trainers say a frontal bite is absolutely devastating. Weak and it rips out the flesh. But that's not a proper bite that controls the adversary. So we're gonna work on him right now and get that bite to be more full and developed. And so I'll show you how I do that. I'll pull him in and let it go slack. Pull it in, let it go slack. There you go. Now he's got a deeper grip. Now I'll let him have it. So his mouth is more full. So I can time the success with the proper grip. Another way of timing that success with a proper grip is by actually making it more challenging. So imagine a rabbit, a cat gets on that bite and on a rabbit, and it gets a really good effective grip. That rabbit's gonna squeal or holler or jump and try to get away because, oh, that hurts, right? So we can do the same thing. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. It slipped out of my hand. And they're teething, so I'll do the same video again with a dog after this to show you what I'm talking about. These two pups are available. They're out of Boomer and Pumpkin. We got another frontal bite. We're gonna work on that grip and get that grip more full. It'd be easier if I just had one dog. So let's go ahead and get this grip adjusted. There you go. Now, he started to adjust, but he missed his counter. We're gonna develop that prey. Now we got a full bite or a deeper bite. We're gonna work it and we're gonna get it even deeper. There you go, good boy, good boy. Let him have it. We got a nice deep bite. So he's got his item, he's got success, and we're rewarding that grip. Now he's learned that that deeper grip gets him his item. Okay. If y'all are interested in a heavily bred, Sorrells bred dog, purebred American Pit Bull Terrier, let me know. What was I gonna say about that? Oh well, good enough. Hopefully y'all get the idea, and we're gonna work just one dog here in a minute. And that when I work that other dog, we'll go through this again. I'm gonna pause the video. All right, so this is part 2 of that video. And what we're gonna talk about here is the difference between praising versus rewarding. And the difference between the two is praise is me telling the dog they're doing good. Rewarding is when the dog is just realizing this works. So we're going to differentiate between that because some trainers also don't seem to understand that. Now, praise should never come from an agitator. It should come from the handler, right? Because the agitator is not somebody that can praise the dog. But the agitator can reward the dog. Now, again, what we were doing with those first 2 pups, that was more prey-oriented work, which is fine for like hog hunting and whatnot. But this dog here, this dog is going to Canada to a client named Tyrion. And we're going to do some similar work with her, but then we're going to also show you the difference between reward versus praise. Kid, again, not nervous at all with the whip. We're going to adjust that grip. You can see her mouth does not have the whole tug all the way in. So I'm going to pull, 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 and go slack. Now when I go slack, she'll probably counter. There you go. See how her grip is deeper now. Okay, you can do the same thing to get a fuller grip. Now she has more control on the item and greater possession of the item. So that was rewarding because I've given her more control by, she's earned more control by me rewarding the grip with letting her have it. Now, again, she's countering on that grip a little bit. Let me turn her so you can see. Now she's come off a little bit, and that I'm going to put tension, back, 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 and then come forward. There you go. See, deeper grip. Back, pull, 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 and then go back. Shake, that's a counter also. There's a deeper counter again. So there's different ways a dog can counter. A dog can counter with a pull, a dog can counter with a push, a dog can counter with a deeper bite, and a dog can counter with a shake. So we're teaching here that the rabbit's like, ah, that hurts, let me get away. And then on the next counter, we'll let her reward by letting her have it. All right, so that's rewarding, not praising. Now, there's another way of pressuring a dog that can look like praise, all right? So praise, if I get on the ground and say, good girl, okay? good girl. She likes that affection. But what if I change my approach? What if instead of praising the dog and saying good girl and stroking her, what if I just push her? That's not praise, that's pressure, okay? So I'm gonna press. Now, at first she may think it's praise because I've never done it before. And she's like, oh, hand on the head, hand on the head. But if we've do it a couple of times, she'll learn that that is not a reward. You hear a growl, maybe you've heard a growl. Or a grunt. And so what I'm doing now is I'm pushing back on the dog to try to see if she'll stay committed. Now when I do that, I need tension on that bite so she doesn't just let go. All right, now I'm blocking her eyes, which denies her the ability to visualize a path of escape. And that's kind of like putting a dog in a corner. Not quite as extensive, but similar. Okay, we're gonna get that grip deeper. All right. I don't like it when they're on the tape. The tape is a little slippery. So I start off with burlap sacks. There you go. And also, don't give them the bite. They have to take it. Charity doesn't build confidence. Success builds confidence. So when they take the bite, you offer the bite, but they have to take it. And that's how you build a confident dog. I hope you learned something. Terry, and this is your pup. For those of you that don't know, this pup is out of Slam and Elsa. I've got her brother. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. If you like this channel, please like, subscribe, and if you want to support by making a donation, we certainly appreciate that. So we're going to continue with this series with some more pups. These are 2 more pups out of Slam and Elsa. These 2 are both boys. The Brindle one is my pick that I'm keeping for myself. This buckskin is available, and he's nice. You'll see here. Okay. Nice counter by both of them with a shake. So they're going to be working each other as much as they are me as they try to quote-unquote kill the rabbit. But we're going to apply some pressure so this rabbit can develop into a hog and make the fight a little more serious. I'm going to get a counter by both of them. I got the brindle already. We're going to try to get the buckskin to counter. Let it go down. By counter, I mean a deeper grip, but sometimes a counter is a harder bite or a deeper bite or a push or a pull. There we go. We got a deeper bite. Okay, so I'm rewarding the grip development, the bite development. The rabbit tried to get away. The hog's trying to fight away and becoming stronger and stronger. And because I'm not giving them the toy, they have to earn it. So this builds confidence. They have to take success. Hey! 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 Some people don't understand this, and they see it, and they don't understand how prey can incorporate pressure. I'm gonna put him on his back, drag him, flip him over. Drag her on, hit the other one on the back. They're both boys. Get him on his feet. Press, 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 press. That's not praise, okay? That's the press. Now they're gonna have reward. Not from praise, but from success. All right? The buckskin's available in Slam and Elsa. They are 3 months old. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Hopefully you learn something. All right, so here we got 3 pups out of Slam and Nova. Not to be confused with Slam and Elsa. Now I got a female that we kept out of this litter, and my breeding partner, Keaton Temple. Not Ryan Keaton, but Keaton Temple. There's 2 Keatons involved in the American Sentinel K9 project. Ryan Keaton and Keaton Temple. But Keaton Temple is the guy that's keeping Nova for me. He keeps some of my dogs, and he's got a male pup out of this litter, and I've got a female pup out of this litter. But here is a brindle female, a buckskin female, and a red male. These pups are available, but I want to explain how there's a difference between praise, pressure, reward, and prey drive versus not praise, but reward and pressure and defense drive. See, and when you're doing defense, you don't put praise from the agitator. The handler can praise the dog, but the decoy should not. The agitator should not. That's up to the handler to do that. But the decoy can still reward the dog. And a lot of people think that reward and praise are the same thing. Praise is one type of reward. Another type of reward is winning. Okay? The dog knows that it won. Now this red dog here, he is available. He's all over me. He's not really much on the toy. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up. And we're going to demonstrate that a little bit more, because even though these are pups, you can do this same type of work with a dog that's going to be used in defense later on in order to not build a protection dog, but to build a successful bite and to build confidence. And then to add the defense, you just do some suspicion work and some agitation work and develop that defense, and then the dog will still know how to bite successfully because it's earned and acknowledged and learned what type of fighting strategies are successful, whether it be in prey or defense. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pick them up a little bit. Like I said, these pups are available. We have a red male, a brindle female, and a buckskin female. Okay, now I'm shaking them off. I wasn't trying to shake them off, but I kind of expected that was going to happen because of their grip. Now we'll progress that grip and get them deeper on it. You'll see in this video. They learn pretty quick. I can see that their grips weren't real shallow, but hey, you start from somewhere, and we're going to develop this. So this is just going to be proof in the pudding, so to speak. This is what differentiates a person that has experience versus a person that has theory. There are some people that want to discredit reading a book, and there are some people that want to discredit people that don't read a book. The truth is, and by having experience in the field, the truth is experience in the field and reading a book both matter. They both have value. But to really know if a concept works, make sure that your educator, your teacher, your trainer, your mentor, make sure they can not only talk the talk, but they can walk the walk and provide evidence to their theory. All right, so we're going to go ahead and progress. Hey! Hey! And we'll see if we can get them all to hang a little bit. Now, since this is going to be their first time hanging, I'm not going to pick them up much. I'll pick them up a little, but if they fall, I want them to fall just a little bit. I don't want them to have a bad experience on the bite. Okay, so now we got the red one on the grip, we got the buckskin on the grip. The brindle's grip's a little weak, so I'm going to try to give the brindle grip, or the brindle a little slack, but it's hard to do because I'm working 3 dogs here, and that's not good because the other 2 dogs are keeping tension on the brindle, or tension on the tug from the brindle. So I have to kind of pull the tug towards the brindle to get that tension off of the brindle. There we go. She's trying to counter, but there's just nothing there. Okay. I say nothing there because she's too close to the tug. So another thing I can do is I can just pick her up, get her off the bite completely, and set her back down. Now we'll get her on a lower spot where she has more room. All right, there we go. Got them all off. That's actually kind of a good thing right now because I want them to have a deeper bite. See, a shallow bite should not be successful. I want to present it so they can get a deep bite, let her shake a little bit, reward that grip. Tug, snap, relax. Tug, relax. She's being pressured now by her litter mate with the paw over her eyes. She stayed in hold, okay? All right, now the red's coming in. He's got a deeper grip. We're going to build him up, all right? Now, you notice if his grip was loose and not applying pressure, he was losing it. So he has to learn that doesn't work. They learn through trial and error, success and failure. So I'm going to be the one that determines if they succeed or fail by seeing their strategy and knowing if it, and anticipating if it's going to work in real life and be effective. If it's not effective, I'm going to pull them off the grip. If it is effective, I'll let him have the grip. There he has a deeper bite, I'm going to let him have it. And I'll put a little tension on it, like when he mouths it, like it's a rabbit trying to get away, and it will get away if he doesn't hold. So now he's learning, I'm going to have to stay and hold. Otherwise, I'll lose the grip. And he may come off a little bit because I haven't worked him a whole lot. Like I said, all three of these pups are available. If you are interested, they're American Sentinels. The red is a male, the brindle and the buckskin are females. They're about 11 weeks old, I think, maybe 10. Red countered. If you didn't see it, watch the video, and if I was in the way, my apologies. Brindle's going to counter here in a minute because she's got slack. She's trying to hold it so she doesn't lose possession. She may let go because it's really static. I'm going to vibrate it. Let her know it's still alive. And see if we can get that deeper grip. Ideally, if I was trying to make a training session out of this, I'd just be doing one dog because the other dog interferes with the lesson. The brindle has it. She's got possession. All right, the rabbit's fixing to jump because she's being static. See if we can get that grip deeper. And if we do get it deeper, I'll reward it with some action and then success. I'm going to go ahead and try to get away. Let her know the rabbit's still alive. She's got what's called a calm grip. Too much going on with these other pups. Now we'll get it. All right, deeper grip already. Shake. Deeper grip. The rabbit tries to get away because it hurt. She failed. The rabbit's going to run around. The rabbit gets away. Run. Make her pay for the loss. She got it. Not a good grip. Rabbit's going to try to get away. We're going to go slack. Let her counter. She countered. She hurt the rabbit. Rabbit's trying to get away. And there you go. All right. Now she got a deeper grip. I'll set her limits down. They're getting a little heavy. All right. Red. There you go, good. Look at him holding. Okay, got him holding, and we'll get her in a minute. All right, here's buckskin. All right, look at there. Whoop, they all came off, but they were holding. Okay, so it's getting better. Keep them low to the ground, so if they do come off, it's not a negative. It's unsuccessful, but it doesn't harm the puppy. Okay, so back on her feet. I'm gonna set her on her feet. All right, so there she's going down, having success, and she wins. All right, y'all take care. Oh no, and let me show some of the pressure again. So with the pressure on the eyes, some of them are gonna come love on me just because I sat down. That's gonna happen. Okay, this is praise. I already showed this actually in the other video, so let me go ahead and showcase these pups. This is the red male, Slam and Elsa. He does have a scar on his back where the mama snapped at him when he was trying to nurse but too old. A nice big brindle female here. Okay. And then a buckskin female. If you are interested in one of these pups from American Sentinel K9, reach out to me, let me know. Hey girl, that's a good girl. Hey buddy, yeah. How are you? You sweet too? Huh? You sweet? Oh yeah. Give me kisses. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Alright. All right, so let's have the proof in the pudding, so to speak. All right, we'll start off and see if this pup will hold. And she may not, right? We're just getting started. Shallow grip. I'm going to give her a chance to get her better grip. Will hold, doesn't stay on, right? This is my personal pick. Okay, open her mouth, and she's opening her mouth. She's trying to let go, but it's snagged. So that shouldn't have, it would have been better if that got slipped away, but she didn't learn anything from that except for opening the mouth doesn't matter. So she's not going to be committed yet on that grip, and we're going to develop that. See, she slipped off, opening her mouth. She's not putting pressure on it. She's just hanging because she's snagged on the tooth. So that's actually a negative experience. So she's going to learn that that open mouth doesn't work. We're going to change that because a good trainer should understand not only textbook theory, but should also have experience. And a good trainer should not just have experience, but it should also have textbook theory. You need both. And these experts on the internet that want to give you advice, these commando dog trainers that have trained like 3 dogs in their life, don't understand a lot of the stuff. It's too much monkey see, monkey do, and not enough understanding for behavior modification. So I'm going to pay attention to this girl. This is my personal pick. I got to come up with a name for her. She's out of slamming it. Nova. Alright. She's going to pray. We're going to give a little, because she's my pick, I'm going to socialize with her a bit if she wants to. We'll work through that. But then we're going to also go back into pray. Alright, we're going to develop that grip. And by the end of the video, she'll probably be hanging, or at least countering properly and getting a good grip that she can incorporate, whether it be prey or defense. Okay, so now she's got kind of a frontal bite, which some people like the frontal bite because they say it tears flesh, it causes injury, but it does not control your adversary. And when you're doing protection work, the goal is not to injure your adversary, although if that happens, so be it. The goal is to control the adversary. You don't want the adversary to get away because they slipped a bite that maybe tore some skin on their arm, but then they happen to chase you into another room and close the door because they got away and now the dog's on the other side of the door. You want the dog to control the adversary, and to do that you need a deeper grip. So this is where theory and experience and understanding come into play. She's wanting to be kissy-kissy. You want to play kissy-kissy, huh? You want to play kissy-kissy? All right, so I'm going to have to stand on my feet because she loves the attention. All right? Good girl. Come on. Be sweet. Be sweet. I want to control her because she's excited. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. All right, you can see she's stable. All right, let's go back to work, girl. Back to work. Satisfy some of that affection, pack instinct. Okay, and go into prey. Nice jump, nice lunge, good commitment. Okay, that was very nice. Okay, she's distracted by this. No concerns with that, so I'm going to get that out of there because that was distracting her. Oh, I'm getting hot. I washed kennels this morning before we started doing this. And I agitated the drone dog this morning. And then we worked 4 pups, or 4 groups of pups. Alright, so now she's got a deeper grip. Shake her, let her have it. She countered with a shake. Let's see if she'll counter with a deeper grip. There you go. She hurt the rabbit. Rabbit tried to get away. Rabbit tried to get away. If she doesn't get a deeper grip, it's going to get away. Deeper grip. Deeper grip. Every time she grips a little deeper, she hurts that rabbit. And she's learning it's trying to get away. So what we're doing here is she's learning I've got to hold on or it's going to get away. Calm grip. Nice little shake. There you go. All right, we're going to have her hanging here in just a bit. Counter shake. See her choke her up one more time. There you go. Nice deep grip. Let's see if she'll hang. Give her some slack. There you go. Counter with a shake. We're going to make her fight it. pressure, nothing serious. Plus it's for me, which is not ideal. Should come from an agitator, but she's too young to have an agitator. So remember, puppies are not protectors. Puppies are protected by the parents and the pack. So it's our job to be responsible with the amount of pressure that we put on the pup. I'm adjusting the tug so it's square, perpendicular to her mouth, so she can get a good grip. You don't want them, like if you're the dog, don't present the bite like this or like this, because they can't get a full square grip on the bite. You need to present the bite where it's square if you're doing bite development. Now in real life, you want to take what you can get, but when you're doing bite development, we're trying to progress. All right, yeah, good one. All right, so we're gonna, all right, there, ah! Slack, good. There you go, ah! 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 Hey! All right, I'm gonna get away and I'm gonna run. Make it really good. All right, let her have it. That's success. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.